Welcome back, everybody, for your daily dose of MSG. We are here again today on the forest, and I had originally planned to do some more building today, but I had a problem with the weekend. APC battery backup got shorted out. I lost a lot of computer equipment, including a file server and a little media server. Lost a bunch of stuff, so it's been a hectic weekend. And we also had a new update the other night. We got 0.63 version released from the forest. Now, this was a long-awaited update. I think it was 25 days from the previous update on the counter. And it's a big update. We've got so much stuff in this update that it's pretty much all we're going to cover today because there's so much to go over. And now you can see I have a nice little tree stand here. I built one up here on the ridge just to be a nice spot to look out. But now I have added something to it. Oh, what's this? This is a zipline. That's right. We have got ziplines in this new update. Whee! Oh yeah, look at that. So now, not only do I have me a nice little lookout spot, a nice little perch, I can actually escape quickly. We have two versions of ziplines. Now, the first version is the tree zipline. Now, you can place it from tree to tree or tree to ground. And this one, once I got it far enough out, it wouldn't place here because of the angle. It actually had to place further out because of appropriate angle for clearance. I guess they did think of that in the release. But it took 12 ropes to make this. Now, I have seen other people build the other form, and the other form is this, freestanding zipline. You build one structure in one spot, one structure in there, and it links up. And as you can see, both of them list infinite rope. It depends on how far you go. I've seen a couple people post videos showing like a really long zip line, but I'm not sure if there is an official distance that these can travel. I just stopped here. It started changing where I could build it about here, and I just brought it out a little bit further just to make it look a little bit better. But now let's get back to the base. I'll show you a few other things. Okay, we are right outside the base. I'm going to show you one of the other new additions. This is a birdhouse. Now, why would you want to build a birdhouse, you might ask? Well, in this case, it functions the same way as a sap collector does, in that what it's supposed to do is birds come and land in the birdhouse and do their birdie things, and then you can collect feathers afterwards. When I read the description, my first thought was, I'm going to have to stand here, watch the birds fly up, land, and when they fly off, they'll drop a couple of feathers, and I have to grab them off the ground. But no, fortunately, it works just like a sap collector. And hey, Mr. Bird, thank you for showing up while I am recording. I have not seen a bird land on these yet. But there we go. So they land, they leave feathers, and they're inside. So you collect them just like a sap collector. And that's awesome because now, I already got a good stockpile of feathers from just collecting them and not making any more arrows for the moment. But now I'm going to be able to get plenty of feathers for arrows, and so will you. So now I've actually started getting a little bit more attention over here from cannibals. I've had a few little cannibal parties come up, and I've actually found a flaw in my traps. I thought I had enough, but I came to find that they were sneaking around the corner here and the corner over there. So I've added more happy birthdays along the edges, and they're working great. So let's go ahead and carry this guy back. I'm going to use him, make some bones real quick, and then we're going to go see the rest of the stuff in the house. Okay, we are back in the house, and one thing this update did is add a ton of new decoration options. One of those is the skull chandelier. Now, this thing looks nice. I haven't actually got to see it at night yet, but from my understanding, it gives off a good bit of light. It does seem to be that way, even here in daytime. But it takes 8 skulls and I think it was 26 bones to make it. So yeah, you're going to have to be prepared to put some effort in there. We also have a stick frame and a bone frame that you can put stuff in. I've got one downstairs, but it's kind of glitched already. We also still have those. We now have a full fireplace option, a side table similar to the big tables we have, a proper couch, and a bone chair. Now, I haven't made the bone chair yet. From what I've heard, it looks a little wonky, like it wouldn't actually support any weight. But I've already gone ahead and got my fireplace swapped out. Now, I had to build it over the fire pit I already had, And now when you build the fireplace, you still have to build a fire pit in there. So it may glitch out like this, it may not, but you got a nice shelf. You can put some stuff on it. You know, you have your mantle all decorated. I've also got one of the little side tables, which actually, now that I built it before I built the couch, I should have waited. I'd put like a side table on each side of the couch. But here's the couch. And as you can see, they realized that deerskin will look best. Unfortunately, they went with deerskin. It does look good. I wish they could have given you an option to use rabbit or deerskin, because I've got a ton of rabbit skin I'm not going to use. And I've got a fully loaded rabbit farm with at least 80 rabbits in it right now. Or 40 rabbits, I think it was. No. 80 rabbits. Yeah, I've got 80 rabbits in there now. 2 per cage, 10 cages per floor, and 4 floors to it. So I've got 80 rabbits. I'm going to have tons of rabbit skin I don't need to use for anything else. So I wish they could give you the option to swap it around and use rabbit skin too. But they did let you choose to use rabbit skin with these. And like I said, it's kind of wonky. I did put a picture in it, and you can see it sitting up top instead of dropping down. That may just be with the picture entity, or it may be a bug they have to fix for certain items not sitting right in the frame. Now, some of the other changes we've got, the gardens have been changed. Now, instead of having just the plain garden, when you place it down, you can then expand it out. And this is as far as it will go out this way. I think it will only go an equal distance on the other direction. Let's check that out. And at the same time, I can show you something else. Ooh, look, it's blue. That's right. One new thing we have got with this is the option of choosing the color we want for the ghosting and the opacity of it. So if you were in like a snow biome, you want a color other than white, you can now have that. You can have green. You can change the opacity. Now, it doesn't change it after the fact, but it will change it on future ones. And apparently there was a mod, or there is a mod that does this, and it seems that they just basically incorporated that element of that mod into the game. But you see here, I went ahead and replaced all of my other gardens with this, and it's roughly the same size, maybe a little bit longer this way than the others, but you can see where these little dividers kind of come in. So it looks like I basically have 5 sections to it. So I have more room to plant because I don't have those little separators in between each one. So that is awesome. Another few things we've gotten. Now I say it's been decoration stuff. You see those. We've got the Ziplines and the Birdhouse, but we also got a crane or elevator, if you want to call it that way. I unfortunately don't have a base I really need to build this at, but I am going to be incorporating it into my next base build. I'm definitely going to find some way to incorporate it, but it basically is like a little dumbwaiter kind of thing where you go stand in it, you can put your sleds in it, and then you raise them up floor by floor on your base, and all you have to have is a spot where you can step off into your base through a door, an open, wall like this kind of thing. But yeah, we now have a way to easily get log sleds up to higher levels of our structures, so it's easier to get logs up there and build taller. And this came after I already went through so much effort at the first base that I left this base with a wide open space so I could carry log sleds up there and do that. So yeah, thanks devs, it's a little too late for me, but we're going to use it in the next base build. Now, a couple of the other things we've gotten are to do with inventory. We now have an improvement to the flashlight. It is much brighter than it was before, and there is a mod, I think it's called Better Flashlight, that basically did this, that made the flashlight brighter, and I haven't been using it because it wasn't bright enough to really see anything. But apparently, they basically incorporated Better Flashlight into it, and now you have a much brighter flashlight that you can actually see pretty well in the dark with. One of the other things two other things we have are a new camcorder we can find that I believe it is in the cave where the key car is supposed to be. We haven't been there yet in this game. And at the bottom of the sinkhole in the helicopter, we now have a machete. From what I've seen, it's pretty much similar to the katana as far as attack speed, but you have a shorter reach, which would make sense. It is a machete versus a full-size, katana sword. We also have a change on the flintlock pistol. Now before, if you just aimed, you didn't see, like you had to kind of guess, but now we actually have a barrel sight point where you can aim and shoot. And I could shoot you, Mr. Bird, and take you down. So that has helped. I haven't really been using the gun just because of limits on the ammunition. But we do now have that. So if you are a fan of the gun, you will find it easier to use and shoot your enemies, you know, kill cannibals, kill mutants with it, whatever. I have also, going away from the update, you can see I have added another meat rack in the middle. My food supplies got low, so I had another rack and I stocked up on supplies. I'm waiting for these to get through, and I'm going to start harvesting a ton of deer because my deer skins are gone. I used all 7 deer skins that I had to fill out the couch. So yeah, I am going to start harvesting deer like crazy to stock that back up. But that's pretty much the most of the new features of the update. A lot of cosmetic stuff, you know, new design options, new blueprints. The big things for me, of course, is I love the zipline I did. That makes it nice for, like, I can have that, you know, little tree stand where I can escape from easily. I might add one for here up on the ridge there where I can just zip line down here to my base and be safe. I might add one from up there so I can actually zip line all the way across here if I'm being chased by cannibals. You know, I don't know. I'm going to experiment with them some. But the zip lines are very cool. I love the house decorations. You know, like the couch looks really good. Like I said, the chair, it looks kind of wonky here. And it's 31 bones. I'm having trouble getting bones right now, so I'm going to wait on building that one just yet. But I do love, you know, the bone chandelier looks good, and it's getting close to nighttime, so I'm going to finally get to really see it work. I hope they fix the stuff with the frame so that the pictures will sit right. And, you know, that's pretty much it. That's the big things of it. Like I said, we've got 2 new items for inventory. One is the machete. I'm not in a hurry to get it because I've already got enough weapons for fighting. And a camcorder, which from my understanding, the camcorder is the first step of that. The next update will incorporate some tapes you can find, much like you can find these cassette tapes for the cassette player. You'll now be able to find the camcorder and video cassettes to use in the camcorder to get more story backbone. So definitely the next update, we're going to be looking for that. I think when that comes out, depending on what all they add with it, that'll probably be the main focus, is go get the cassette player and try to find some of the cassettes they add in to start, you know, seeing some more of that storyline. And I'm getting to the point, I feel like we're about to where I want to go back with continuing the storyline. But again, thanks for watching. That's it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see what all we can get done next week. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to hit that like button and hit subscribe and hit that little notification bell down there, because both of those really help me out. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter if you prefer to follow me on those platforms. And as always, thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.